Hey YouTube, as promised, a follow-up video to some of the other rambling I had earlier today. Well, it's still today. We have some Konflikt 47. What is hiding underneath the book? Well, if you saw the last video, you know it's coming up. We have some German Weird War. We have the Konflikt 47. German Zeus Panzermech. Yes, I probably said that absolutely terribly, but hey, I'm not German. I'm sorry, guys. We have a lovely little diorama depicting this super heavy, basically artillery piece standing in the middle of a field with Panzer Grenadiers around it. I'm assuming that's who those are. Take a look at them. And then a Stug hiding in some bushes back there, giving it some defense or offense, keeping other things away from this. Since while this thing is still a Goliath, it's probably pretty vulnerable since while it has massive guns, it doesn't have a lot of defense guns on it. Yeah, it's got a little medium machine gun on the roof, but is it worth opening the hull to go open top rule? Which I don't think Konflikt 47 does open top when you fire the pintle mounted. Bolt Action 2 does. I usually play Bolt Action 2 rules, plus I hear they're going to do a hybrid update to Konflikt 47 soonish. So we'll see what happens, but definitely that machine gun's probably not worth using. And then it has basically an Pak 88 on it. So yeah, it's got an 88 for its main gun. Devastating. What is that? A super heavy anti-tank at, I think pretty much through the entire board. Was that 84 inches and +7 pen, I believe. And I think D3 damage. D3 damage, sorry. Don't remember how that translates to a template in the new rules. I'd have to look it up. Am I out of focus there? Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and it's got a a light autocannon for its front-mounted weapon, which is, I don't remember what that is. That's 1d6, 2 shots, 48 inches, I think. I will look it up. Nothing much on the side here. Not much here. Clockwork Goblin, sorry guys, and a Warlord logo. Nothing much here. Barcode and the usual Warlord stuff, and not a toy. We have the back, which has another lovely photo of it. I do love the camouflage pattern they've done here, but it's the same camouflage across every single piece. I'm starting to wish they changed it up a little bit. I mean, it's pretty, don't get me wrong. I believe it's probably their trademark camouflage at the moment, but yeah, it's getting a little long in tooth here since every single piece looks the same in a way. And then the box contains one resin and metal Zeus Panzermech, suitable for Konflikt 47 German Army, as opposed to, I don't know what else you play it with. I guess you could do those other similar games, but it would be the wrong scale. We have the blurb on the back about what this is. Basically came out April 1946. And it just goes over real fast. You can pause this and read it on your own real fast. Assuming I'm in focus here, that it's legible. Yeah, I'm just reading what's on the back here. Okay, sorry, that's not what you're here for. So let's take this and open it up. We have a piece of a paper shopping sack. Yeah, we don't need that. We have the usual Warlord Games resin kit disclaimer about how there could be air bubbles in it. Make sure you wash it. Use super glue. This is not a toy. Bullshit. This is a toy. It's a toy for adults. Not suitable for children under 15 years of age. Yeah, because they can't afford this. Don't inhale resin dust. It's poisonous. It'll kill you. And then Warlord Games. And then what you guys are waiting for. It is one bubble pack. I see no transfers. That's a shame. That is everything. One moment. All right. We have a Zeus A and a Zeus B. We have six identical legs and a bulldozer blade and a bag of metal. We'll circle back to that. We have the bottom of the mech with lovely clean ball joints in it. Very little flash. Just a little bit of cleanup. We've got some bad sprue gating on it. Take a little bit of cleanup. Really bad sprue gating on this piece, but no flash. Not a super lot of detailing, but what there is really clean. Can't even show you what it looks like together because of all the sprue gate stuff. But no, we'll pretend. Yeah, not worth it. Alright, so this is very clean. I'm guessing this is an escape hatch or an entry hatch or engine compartment access. We've got, looks like 2 radiator fans stolen off the back of is it Panzer IV? Those are probably borrowed from. 2 beefy exhaust stacks. Not sure what those would be. Tail lights, who knows. Bumper in case you back into something. Not a lot of detailing on this. We've got a little 2 little blocks, not sure what those are. We have a vision port here, and then that's probably where the autocannon's going to go. So it looks like the driver and the gunner are reversed on this. So you have the driver on this side, gunner on this side. I'm comparing it to a Sherman, so who knows how a German tank is. I should probably know that. So yeah, just very minimal detailing on this. We have, I don't know if that's an engine compartment access, escape hatch, but some sort of door on the back there. I'm going to guess with engine compartment access since we saw. The ball joints are very clean, very smooth, perfectly round. I got one little air bubble in there on each side. Not worried about it. That's not going to be visible at all once you plug something in. There's a little bit of channeling on some of these. This one's not so bad. This one's pretty bad. But it won't ever show. You can even cut that flat and go a little past there. Definitely a lot of posability in these legs. I'm going to have to put this down and see how this thing goes. Not sure what these pads are on it. And you saw in the box it stands out tippy toe. But it looks like you could mold it and not quite get far enough down. No, you can't get on those pads. Not that you'd want to, but it's there. Again, very minimal here. Not much in the way of detailing on these things. There's a little bit of weathering on these things and some paint. Look pretty clean, very new. Am I the only person that sees this and thinks that this was made by Willys? Does that not look like a Jeep front end right there? It totally does. That or some sort of bug-eyed monster. Yeah, okay. Anyways. And here's the money on this thing. Well, actually, the cannon itself is the money, but very little flash on this. I'm not sure if this is flash or supposed to be on there. That's definitely gating. Wow, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there or not. It does not look like it should be. I'll have to look at the package again. No, that is not there on the packaging. Anyways, I'll have to take a look, see if there's any online things. That's nothing that comes off. In fact, that's gone. Everything else looks really clean on this. I'm not sure what this big hump is on the side. Could be some sort of loader or feed tube or something for the 88. Got a sort of venting right there. You've got 3 hatches on the top and a viewport. So you got your commander's hatch and 2 more access hatches, maybe for ammo. Got some more venting on the side. This looks like a shell hatch for either gunner access or getting ammo into it, maybe. Definitely needs some cleanup. It doesn't fit too clean, but general. This thing's going to be a beast on the table. This thing is going to be a beast. Sorry, just playing with it, looking at it, drooling a little bit. We have a bulldozer blade for the front, sorry, with what looks like some sort of cow catcher on it, or scraper or something. Not sure how this is supposed to attach, and you lose your Willys detail. There is no clear way for this to fit. I'm going to guess it's higher up because of the slot in it, and it's got some sort of red on it. I'm going to guess it's some sort of release agent or resin. I'm sure it's release agent. Focus, focus, focus. I don't want to focus, but it is notched for the autocannon. It's got a little bit of stuff that needs to be trimmed off of it. And again, it says Zeus on it. I don't see any easy mounting method on here. I'm going to guess it goes that way. I'll have to do this last once it's all assembled. We'll figure it out. And then we have the bag of metal. Dun dun dun. Oh, look at that. That just spells destruction. One shot kill. If you can hit with this thing, it's dead. End of story. You will kill it. This thing's got, I think, +7 pen 3D HE. It's got a little warp in it, but it should be clean. Sorry about the ambulance going by. I do have the windows open. It's been cold here lately, and then was like 90 today, so have the windows open, getting a nice cool lake breeze through. I'm debating whether I want to drill this out past the muzzle brake or not. If this didn't cost what it cost, I would totally drill this out. I know it'd be delicate, but it's already delicate. That is so tempting. I'm not sure if it looks like it's recessed enough that if I drilled it through. Yeah, I'm probably just going to paint it and paint the insides black and let it go. All right, we have the dead commander. We have the usual warlord commander with binoculars in hand and hand doing nothing. As much as I like to have him stick his head out the top of the tank, I think I'm going to go buttoned up on this guy. Maybe. Whoops. It helped if I faced him forward, wouldn't it? Nope. Buttoned up. Here is the gun in the turret. Oh, I need to trim my nails. I'm sorry, guys. No one look at that. That is beautiful. We also have a very boring hatch cover. And looks like an MG42. Yeah, it looks like an MG42 for the top. And then a little stubby for, I'm going to guess, the autocannon. So, yep, not much to this at all. It's literally just a couple pieces. Honestly, this, as I think I've already mentioned this, for what we've paid for this, I wish they'd cleaned off the channeling instead of just threw them in the box as fast as they can to get them out the door. Come on, guys, a few seconds of your time for what you charge for this. That's ridiculous. I will admit this is the most expensive single product for Warlord I have purchased. That said, do I feel good or bad about it? I don't know yet. I think once I field this, if I can field this, as I call this, more points I know what to do with. If I get knocked out or destroy everything, I will let you know. Probably didn't need this, but I got it. Let's look it up in the book. We have the book. And let's just see what we have here. The Zeus Heavy Panzermech. Alright, so it is built to operate as a tank. Oops, you can't read that, can you? Built to operate as a tank hunter in difficult terrain or to assist the Thor Panzermechs, which a Thor Panzermech is basically the same thing with a howitzer on the end of it instead of a flak, or instead of an 88. Sorry, to assist the Thor Panzermechs in reaching their urban targets. Unsuited to the urban role, once the Thors were delivered to the target, the Zeus often protected the flanks of the assault, preventing enemy armor from cutting off or attacking forces' lines of supply. Yeah, I can't really read, but that was my best bet, or best attempt, sorry. It cost 410 points regular, 500 points veteran. Wow, if you're running 1,000 points, this is half your army right there. It is like running a mouse on the table, honestly. It has one turret-mounted super heavy anti-tank gun. As I said, I believe that shoots pretty much the entire table, unless you're playing a 8x4 and 8x4 or 8x8. It's the only way you're not going to reach the corners if you're shooting diagonally across tables. It is, sorry, one turret-mounted super heavy anti-tank gun and one forward-facing light autocannon, which I think is +2 pen, 2 shots, 48 inches, I think. We'll look that up. And one pintle-mounted machine gun. Now, that brings an interesting point. Infantry, great. You can shoot them with a machine gun, but is it worth going open top? I don't think Konflikt 47 acknowledges open top when you use a pintle-mounted machine gun, but I usually play bolt action 2 rules with the Konflikt 47 items and the Konflikt 47 reactions. So basically I play bolt action with, or bolt action 2nd edition with Konflikt 47 items in it using the Konflikt 47 reaction rules, which I think is not uncommon for a lot of other people from what I understand. Its special rules, I'm sorry, if I didn't say, vehicle damage is 10 plus, super heavy walker, so that's probably the most heavy armored thing on the board. It is a walker. It is slow, and it is tough front arc only, which is where the bulldozer blade is, or whatever you want to call it, ram blade, building clearing device, whatever you want to refer to it as. Let's take a look at what we have here. Medium machine gun, 36 inches, 4 shots. I get a Hitler's buzzsaw though, which will give it 5, even though it's a vehicle weapon, so I don't think it does in Bolt Action 1. I don't remember in Konflikt. Sorry guys, as I said, I play hybrid rules. Light autocannon, it is 48 inches, it is shots 2, pen plus 2, and it's high explosives D2. So that could basically, let's just say, fuck up a lot of infantry or lightly armored vehicles or light-skinned vehicles. Shoot this at a half track, hell, even a Sherman from the sides. You'll make toast out of it with just that gun. Then we move on down to the piece de resistance. Bleh, I can't speak. I've been drinking too much. Sorry. Fun stuff. Super heavy anti-tank gun. 84 inches. It is single shot, because who wants to shoot more than once? Plus 7 pen. We don't care about team or fixed. High explosives, D3. So that is huge. Pretty much anything in game, including itself, as long as you hit, it's destroyed. That's about what this says. So guys, that is the German Zeus Heavy Panzermech. If it wasn't so late at night, I'd assemble it right now and show it to you. Who knows, maybe some sort of miracle magic. If I don't upload this tonight, I might still do that. But definitely needs a little bit of trimming and gluing. And, oh God, this thing is sexy. I'm a little disappointed though that there's no transfers. Although I'm not quite sure what we put on it other than a German cross or two, which I have. I don't think it needs license plates or anything else. Everything else I probably have in some other kit form, so I guess it's just matching up what I want. I would probably give it some numbering though, like 01 or something, or 001, or just to show it's very low numbering. Hell, 666 would look good on this thing too, once I think about it. Actually, I do have a special decal for this. I think I have a Bounty Hunter decal somewhere that's going to go on this. Don't ask. You'll see one day, perhaps. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a really long unboxing for something that was really fast. A lot of me just rambling and tripping over my own words. Again, this is one badass bitch. And again, probably the most expensive single item for the game I have purchased. Is it worth it? Probably not. Do I want it? Of course I do. Fuck yeah, I want it. And that's where they get us. We're suckers, right? All right. Well, keep on gaming, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye. Okay, so I'm back, and we have our Zeus Heavy Panzermech, probably totally butchering that, Panzermech, assembled. Went together fairly easy. It's only a few parts, despite my complaining about the excessive porting on it. It trimmed up and filed up pretty good, or sanded up pretty good, and fairly easily. I shouldn't had to, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. I have not glued the commander in place or the hatch down. I'm probably going to button mine up. One thing I did notice on all the pictures you see online on the Warlord site and other sites is that the lid is actually up in the air or flush with the hole, otherwise it drops down. It seems like it's hinged similar to that of a, I'll try to focus it for you guys, similar to that of like a panther hatch. So I'm probably going to put a little green stuff or some sort of shim underneath it and then glue it all down so that it's actually flush with the top of the cupola, or hatch, whatever you want to call it. I did drill the hole a little deeper for the MG to fit in, and ultimately I'm going to magnetize it just so I don't damage it and lose it in-game. That's just one of those things that gets bumped and knocked around a lot. Gun was fairly straight, didn't have to do much cleanup to it, but it is really front heavy. This gun, I almost drop it. This gun weighs a ton. You could feel if there wasn't so much plastic between the pin and the gun, the thing would probably just tip right off the front. Probably help if I focus it for you. Sorry about that. There's a little bit of a gap around here and here, and behind the blade, which there's still no obvious way to attach the blades. So they're glued in there with a lot of glue and stuck. That red, whatever it was, never came off. I did wash this thoroughly. I even put the blade and actually the body into an ultrasonic cleaner for a couple cycles just to help clean it all up. There's a ton of posability in the legs because of the ball joints. I was going to put it in some sort of walking stance, and it wasn't really that easy to hold it in the air and get the legs on straight and everything. So I ended up just going with the default stance it's in now, and maybe I should put the legs back a little more so it looks like it was firing, you know, take the impact of the blast. It's what it ended up being. I think it's great. I'm not too worried about it. It's nice. Scale here is a plastic, it's not German, it's an airborne. Sorry, grabbed the wrong guy. Here is a Warlord Hanomag for comparison. I guess I could have grabbed a Panther or a Panzer for comparison. I did not, sorry. I do have over here a Mud Skipper for comparison. I know the overhead really doesn't do much for you. Bear with me while I undo my phone. Okay guys, here it is on the table for scale comparison. Oops, sorry for the bouncy video, but we've got a couple of Warlord plastic airborne for scale comparison here. So they are much smaller. We have Warlord Hanomag here for comparison. Definitely it's smaller than that. We have a Mud Skipper for comparison. It's about the same height, about the same bulk almost, even though one's a medium mech and one's a heavy mech. And then sorry for the shaky video. Don't really have a tripod here to work with this. And then we have a Panzer IV for comparison. Honestly, they're about the same size. If anything, it might be closer to a Panther. Just obviously the silhouette is much lower for the tank versus something jacked way up in the air on legs. You know, it's heavy points in game and heavy points in your wallet. So, you know, you might want to try proxying something before you spend that kind of money on it. Honestly, for the price you pay for that out of your wallet, you could get 2 other mechs easily. So, think about it. Try proxying something for it. Otherwise, you know, definitely it's going to be beast on the table, and there's some bragging rights when you kill something with it, and definitely your opponents are going to have some bragging rights when they take that thing down, because you're pretty much sure it's going to be a magnet for everything they can throw at it. That, or they're just going to hide from it for the whole game and do what they can, avoiding that. I'm going to go with the magnet thing, though. Alright guys, take care, and until next time. Thanks.